In this video, I'm going to show you how to stretch fabric as a Painting 1 student. And what you're going to need for a project, this is going to be a 12 by 18 painting. So in this case, and it could be any size, if you were doing something independently, is that I have 2 that are 18 and 2 that are 11. So it's a 12 by 18 because these will be overlapping like this. So the thickness of this on both sides will give you your 12 that you need. So make sure you don't stick it the other way, otherwise you'll end up having an 11 by 19 piece. So make sure you do that correctly. So I'm going to reposition the camera down so you can see what's going on down here. Okay, so first thing is I'm going to get my glue out because I need to make the stretcher. So I got some wood glue right here. All of our tools are over here. I'm going to get my brad nail gun out that you'll use to be able to put this all together. I'm going to double check, make sure I have the right size brads that are in here. So I take them out and I come over in this area down here. It's always about the thick frame, so it's 1.25 inch thick frame. And I just double check. Yep, they are the same size, so I know that everything is good to go. If you have it too long, it will cause problems. Too short, it will also cause problems. So that's all set. So again, I want to make sure that my 11 is going to be a 12, so I need to add that extra width onto that. So I'm going to go around. I'm going to add a little bit of glue onto this. And then I want to brad nail that together. Now again, safety is always first. This end right here, if you press down on it and shoot, it shoots the brad out. It won't do it any other way. So don't put any part of your hand or body onto that tip. It's all pressed together. My hand is as far away that I can hold it, and you will be safe. I'm gonna come around. I shoot one a little on the high and one on the bottom. So it should again look like that. Okay, get some more glue. Put my 18 on top of that. Get that lined up. Get my hands out of the way. 1, 2. Flip this around. Put a little bit of glue again here, a little bit of glue here. I'm going to do this side first. Got that in, and our last one. Good. Get that all lined up. Make sure it's flush, which means it's not sticking way out of each other. Hands out of the way. And my last two. Okay, I'm done with the brad nailer. Okay, next part is to get the fabric. Now the fabric should be a stack of it in this area down here. If you don't see anything, let me know. But there's a difference between fabric and canvas. The fabric that we have is going to be like this. So think of it like a bed sheet. Canvas is for our year 2, 3, and 4 students. It's a much higher quality thing that if you get an A- or better in Painting 1, Painting 2, 3, and 4, you switch over to this and you kind of use the better stuff. I can still get a really great painting out of this. The difference really is just this. It's lighter weight. And so the thing with that is it can kind of get punctured a little bit easier. But as long as you're careful with it, then you're fine. These will be coming in different shapes and sizes over here. You might have to take this. This is already kind of cut nicely. But you might have to go in and put it on the ground because it might be a full sheet and cut your piece out of it. The way you cut it out is that you never want to stick something directly in the center. But you want to go off to the side and just make sure that you can fold it over the edges like this, okay? And just like when you kind of cut shapes out of paper or out of glass that we do in sculpture, is you never take out the center because then it's a huge waste. So I want to make sure that you come around, make sure you have enough room. I'm going to take a pair of scissors here. I don't need all of that, so I'm going to kind of cut along here. Slide that right up. Bring this around. I have plenty of extra, so I want to do the same thing. And you can, if you're sure that this is a straight line, you can just notch it right here and then just rip it right up, and that'll be fine too. Okay. Stretching. The way you stretch is you start in the middle, take your your staple gun, and you want to make sure that it has staples in it. Most staple guns, you push in, and then this slides out, and your staples go right inside of here with the pointing sign going this way, because it's going to shoot this way. The older ones is where they would put it here, but all the ones that I have, you put right down inside here. Okay, and staples are also over in this area right here. You can see them right here. It says staples on it. It's T50. It does not say staples on it. There's staples inside of it. It's a T50, 5/18 of an inch, and they're 8 millimeters thick in terms of the metal itself. So this is all set. I'm going to start in the middle. Excuse me. And shoot that right there. Around the side here. This is the stretching part, where I come around the middle, I pull up pretty hard, because you can see all the ripples right there, and I put another staple in. If you have a hard time using this, there is this other one right here. This is an electronic one. You plug that in, you shoot that, and it comes out pretty nice. So that's a nice one if you have a hard time using a traditional one. Come around the next side, again, do the middle. That, and this one, do the middle again. Now after this, it doesn't matter where you go, because the middles were the most important part. I'm going to start over here, really pull this corner out, get my hands in there, staple again. Come on this side, pull that up real tight, staple. I do like to do this side and then this side, so I'm going to flip this around. I'll show you why, although it's not super important, but there's a little bit of an advantage when you do that. There, pull this one up, and a little on the short side, but I have enough room. Okay. Now the advantage that you have, and you probably won't be able to see it, is you start seeing all these ripples along this. Actually, I can see it on the screen there, but let's see if you can. And you have ripples on this side. The nice thing about doing these two is that you can pull those out really easily by then doing this side and this side. So I'm going to start in the middle, I'm going to go off a couple inches, put another one, and this is the most important one. I kind of pull it out and then up and over. Same thing here. Again, your goal is to get this as tight as you possibly can get it. If you do screw up on it, we just have to rip all the fabric off and kind of start over again. Again, this is the most important part right there. Really kind of pull up and over. Good. So this is really nice and tight. It dips down a little bit right here, but I'm real happy with this. I don't have any bumps or anything like that on here at all. It works out pretty good. Now the sides. The way you take care of that is you want to think ahead a little bit. It's because you can make a wraparound painting. If you do a wraparound painting, you don't need to cut and make a frame for it, okay? Which means that your folds on the outside here need to be right. So are you doing a portrait orientation or are you doing a landscape orientation? Let's say we were going to do a landscape orientation. That means that we want to keep this side and this side as clean as we can because people will see that side. So I'm going to fold this over like that, creates this little triangular shape, and then I take the extra and I just kind of fold that however I can on the back, and then I staple this down. Same thing here. I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold a corner up. So you have this really nice corner. Take all the extra fabric, staple that in place. So sticking up a little bit right there, I'm going to add that. So again, portrait or landscape orientation, fold this up, and then get your fabric down and staple that in place. Last one, triangle right there, bring this down, and anything else that is kind of sticking out a little bit, you can go ahead and run out of staples. I'm not going to take time for that. But now this is all set for a landscape orientation wraparound design. If you don't care about the wraparound and you have a tree right here and you just want to stop it right here, you can leave this alone, because we're going to be cutting wood later on and staining it or painting it or whatever, so you can have a frame for that. But if you want to skip that step, then you do a wraparound canvas style, and you're okay with it. So this is how you do your painting in terms of stretching it. Again, all the fabric is down here. Make sure you don't use canvas. The fabric are bed sheets. Little scraps like this you can just toss away. If you feel like we can get another 12 by 18 out of it, you kind of stick it down in that area and you should be good to go. Okay, other than that, I guess just let me know if you have any questions, and good luck on the project. Thanks.